From Module 5, Lesson 3, we're doing the What Do You Remember in this one. So we have a What Do You Remember here, and if we look on the next page, we have it here. Let's get started. A track coach has runners perform drills to practice for each track meet. Each runner is supposed to run 5 sprints for every 4 full laps. So that's stated right here. Megan runs 11 sprints for every 8 full laps. So that's there. And we have to figure out, did Megan use the correct ratio for running her drills? First, let us fill this in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 4, 8, 12, 16. So this is what she's supposed to do. Let's see what she does. So this would be 22 right here because we're going up by 11s. And over here we're going to count by 8. So 8, 16, 24, 32. Now we're going to find a number that matches up. None of those do. Oh, but I have an 8 here. So we're going to match up this one and this one. What row in each table has the same first or second quantity? So I have that circled for you already. It's 8. So 8 laps. Did Megan use the same ratio of sprints to laps that her coach asked? So her coach asked, if we are comparing, 10 sprints per 8 laps. She did 11 sprints per 8 laps. So did she? The answer is no. She did one more sprint than she was supposed to. A wildlife manager is stocking fish in several ponds. The manager puts 6 yellow perch for each pair of largemouth bass in the first pond. So 6 to 1 for that. The manager's assistant put 54 yellow perch and 16 largemouth bass in the second pond. Did the assistant use the correct ratio? So the manager says 6 yellow per 1 bass. The assistant did 54 yellow to 16 bass. And we have to figure out if they did it correctly. So if I want to get this the same, I can either multiply this one by 16 or divide this one by 1. I'm going to multiply by 16 because I can turn 1 into 16. But 6 times 16 gives us 96. So if the assistant manager did it correctly and followed what the manager wanted, he should have put, the assistant manager should have put 96 in there. He put 54 in there. So no. And my reasoning is this right here. Vivian scored 8 out of 10 on her quiz. So 8 out of 10. Ramona scored 3 out of 4. Did Vivian and Ramona get equivalent scores? So we need to figure out if they got the same thing. And I can tell you just by looking at these that these are not equivalent. But what we're going to do is we are going to get the same denominator on the bottom. I know I can get both of these to be 100 on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. There are multiple different ways that you can do it. You could either make it into a decimal, because I know 8 tenths is 0.8. I know 3/4 is 0.75. And if I look at these are different. So no. There's a lot of different ways you can solve that, and I don't care which way you solve it. In art class, Greg makes gray paint by mixing 3 parts black to 8 parts white, which is right here. Tim does 4 parts black to 8 parts white. Whose paint will be darker? So if I look at this, I need to find one that has the same number. So 12 parts black, 12 parts black. So we're looking at this line and this line. So this one has 12 parts black. This one has 32 parts white. This is 12 parts black, 27 parts white. And the more white you put in it, the lighter it's going to be. So the person with the darker paint is going to be 10. And our last one, 2 pet stores both sell canaries and parrots. The ratio of canaries to parrots for each store is shown in the double number lines. Are the ratios equivalent? So we're going to look to see where we have the same number. We have a 6, 12, 18. Oop, here we go. And those are the same. So yeah, they are equivalent.